Hi, this is Stephanie Steidel. I'm a business success coach and the founder of the Right Brain Entrepreneur. And in today's video, I wanted to share with you the 6 tips for a business success mindset. You know, someone can give you all the tools in the world to help you build your business, but if your mind is not strong, if you're not mastering your inner game, you'll notice that there will be a lot of self-sabotage and internal blocks that get in the way of you taking the actions that you know you need to take. So in my experience over the last 10 years of coaching individuals as they build dreams and the businesses that they love, I've noticed that there's 6 elements that those that are most successful share. And I'm going to share the acronym that I've created to help you remember this, which is essentially CREATE. So C-R-E-A-T-E. 6 elements. So let me go through each element to share with you what it means and how you can apply it to your life and your business. So the first one is C, which is commitment. You have to be fully committed to your business, and you have to have a bigger commitment that's going to pull you forward when things get tough. If money's your only goal and you're not really connected to your deeper why and your bigger vision for your life and your business, it's going to be very easy to get swayed off course or really disappointed and wanting to feel like you just have to give up whenever there's a challenge. So when I talk to my clients about this, it's about having both the push, which is the action, and the pull, which is the greater commitment. The commitment bigger than you, the commitment for the world, maybe for your family and your community, that is so important that it's gonna have you get out of bed every morning, and especially on those days that you just don't feel like it. So C is commitment. The R stands for resilience. Now, as an entrepreneur, you're going to be coming up against a lot of challenges. Entrepreneurship is not easy, and anyone that tells you it is frankly lying to you. But it can be more simple than if we're just doing it on our own, and there are systems out there that you can follow to have it be easier than if you're just doing it on your own or trying to learn the process on your own. However, you are going to have challenges, as I mentioned, and those that are most successful are most resilient. So when there's a challenge, they don't let it take them out of the game. You know, maybe you might be disappointed or upset, but you have the skills to train your mind to not let that upset take you completely out. And you're able to bounce back and start to take action again. My favorite quote is that there's no way to fail. The only way to fail is to quit. Right? So resilience is really important if you're going to be starting a business or growing a business for that matter. The third is E, which is esteem. Esteem for yourself and for others. What I mean by esteem is really standing in your value and also standing in the value of others. So your business should always be in service of others. Again, one of the main mistakes that I see is people just go solely for the money and they completely overlook customer service and really being of service to their customers. If you're being in service, the money will follow. So you need to know what your customers want and how to give it to them. This is something that I go over in my Start a Business You Love program and in my one-on-one coaching. If you're not clear on what your ideal client wants and who they are, you need to get clear on that right away. And esteem for yourself is also really standing in your value, knowing that you have something to give, and you do have something to give. You have credibility, you have experience, you have education. And a lot of times we just overlook all the gifts that we have. And so you really need to stand in your value in your business as well. And you need to charge what you're worth. And you also need to stand in your conviction and confidence when you're speaking to potential clients. Now, this is where that inner game piece is really, really important, because a lot of us have internal barriers and conflicts that we're not aware of that really sabotage us from really standing in our power. So it's important to learn how to train your brain and increase your confidence so that you can have that high esteem. The next one is A, which stands for abundance mindset. So some may have heard of fixed mindset versus growth mindset, and for me, I talk about the abundance mindset in my coaching. So the abundance mindset is what I would also call a right brain process, where you see multiple solutions to a problem, not just a limited view where there's only one answer. you also really are able to see all the things, the resources, the gifts that are available to you. You know, your brain will show you that which you focus on. So if you're constantly looking for the fact that you don't have enough or something's not working, guess what you're going to see more of? All the things that aren't working. So if you can train your mind to have an abundance mindset and see all the things that are available to you, all the things that are working, even a gratitude practice, what happens here is you're literally training your brain to notice abundance, and you're going to start to see the abundance that's available to you, and also opportunities that you may have missed otherwise because you were so focused in this fixed mindset, what I would call left brain process, where you're very analytical and linear and only focused on one potential outcome versus many outcomes and resources. The next is T. T stands for team seeker. Team seeker means that you don't do it alone. There's no such thing as a self-made millionaire. Those that have become most successful had a team or the help of mentors or a coach or their community. You can't do this alone. You need to be able to ask for help and receive help as well. So sometimes we can ask for help, but then when someone offers it to us, we're very resistant to taking that help. We might have a story about what that means about us. For a long time, my own personal story was that if I was accepting help, it meant something like I was, something was wrong with me, and that people would have pity on me. And the way I shifted it was to really look at it from the perspective of that people really want to contribute, and that by cutting myself off from receiving, I was actually taking away the gift that they get when they are able to give to me, right? It's actually quite stingy. So be a team seeker. Do not do this alone. Seek out a community of fellow-minded entrepreneurs. Find an accountability partner. Build a team and outsource the things that you don't want to do or that you're not really good at. Don't try to learn new skills, and really stick to the things that you're really good at. And those things, like maybe tech things, you can outsource. And then also, of course, having a coach and a mentor can be really crucial, to have someone to bounce ideas off and guide you through the process. The last one is E, which means to embrace challenges. Often when something doesn't go the way that we want it to, we react in a negative way and we create an interpretation of what that means. So our suffering is never really in the fact that it didn't go the way that we wanted it to. The suffering is in the story and in the interpretation that we make up about that event. So if something doesn't work, all that happened was that it didn't work. But where we usually suffer and become really upset is in what we make it mean about us, that maybe we are a failure, that we're not good enough, that we're not smart enough. So one of the things that I work on with my clients is shifting that mindset so that when challenges arise, because they will, you're more resilient and able to continue in spite of those challenges and to actually embrace them and learn from them. Every failure or mistake is a learning opportunity, and that's how the most successful reach their goals and become successful, is they've just worked out what doesn't work, and they tested and they tweaked. Right? Thomas Edison, I think it took him 1,000 tries before he figured out the light bulb, right? So it wasn't that he failed 1,000 times, he just found 1,000 ways that a light bulb wasn't working. So to embrace challenges, to learn from them, maybe even sometimes make it into a game, you can really empower yourself through what would otherwise be a really difficult time. So by standing in your power and following all these 6 tips, you can really have a strong business mindset. So just to review, create. It's commitment, resilience, esteem for yourself and others, abundance mindset, team seeker, and embracing challenges. So I hope this is really helpful for you, and maybe start to look at where are some ways that you can bring create and creativity and this new right brain mindset into building your business and starting your business and even in your life. And if you feel like you need more support and more help around this, feel free to click below to see more resources available to you.